I hope everyone has had a good Christmas, and whatever you are doing to celebrate, you have a great new year. With that being said, we're heading into a new month, so that means new indie games. Here are the 10 best titles releasing in January. First up, we have Nova Roma, a city builder that has you fleeing the declining Roman Empire and heading to new lands, looking to build a new Rome. Starting from a humble village, you must appease the gods with grand temples, sate citizens' needs, and build a society that will be the envy of all. You'll be able to harness the world around you, transport raw materials and process goods, which makes it sound like alongside the city building, you'll be managing resource pipelines a la a factory game. The developers Lion & Shield Studios have form in this genre, having made the well-received Kingdoms and Castles previously, and with this next title, they look to be creating a more intricate and involved game. It's good to see them continuing the same art style from their previous game, as it works well in this setting and makes the title look different to its competitors. Nova Roma hits Steam Early Access January 22nd. Coming in at number 9 is climbing game Cairn. This title has been getting a fair amount of buzz since it was revealed and the demo was released, with players enjoying the free-form nature of the climbing, where you have to plan your own route up Mount Kami. The developers have gone for a very realistic climbing mechanic, so you need to find the best holds to place your hands and feet. Managing resources is also important, as you look to survive the long ascent. Alongside climbing materials like pitons, chalk and finger tape, you need enough food and water to keep your strength up, and medicine to heal you if you make a mistake and injure yourself. Cairn is a unique title that has captured players' imagination, and hopefully the final game manages to deliver on its promise. Cairn climbs onto PC and PlayStation 5 January 29th. Philna Fantasy looks to deliver the classic pixel RPG experience. Choosing from 4 distinct classes, you embark on an epic journey across Fotland. Each class has a deep skill tree that allows you to mix and match abilities to create your own unique playstyle. With 9 handcrafted dungeons to explore, full of hidden chests and secret passages, you will need your wits about you if you are to succeed. As you adventure, monsters will drop random loot for you to equip, as well as crafting materials from which you can make new equipment. They also have a chance to drop magic cards, which you can insert into your magic belt that will activate powerful effects. You can mix and match these cards to create your own signature loadout. You won't be adventuring alone, as there are a variety of pets that will keep you company. Raising affinity with a pet will unlock support skills. Some will excel at combat, whilst others are great at finding treasure. Philna Fantasy is a title that on the surface seems to be providing a dose of nostalgia, but alongside that, it is throwing in a collection of other mechanics that you wouldn't normally find in one of these games back in the day. Philna Fantasy arrives on PC January 15th. Next, we have a title heavily inspired by the classic Paper Mario games. Escape from Ever After is an RPG where fairy tale characters must fight back against capitalism. Playing as Flint Buckler, you have set out to storm the castle of your evil dragon arch-nemesis Tinder, only to find that the fortress has been converted into corporate offices. Turns out that storybooks are an untapped market ripe with valuable resources, cheap labour and profits to be had, and real-world corporation Ever After Inc. had turned up to take advantage. Flint must team up with his nemesis in order to climb the corporate ladder and take down Ever After Inc. from the inside. It's a really neat premise that takes the fantasy storybook setting and mixes things up. As you would expect from a game inspired by Paper Mario, the art looks lovely, turn-based battles will feature timed action commands, and there will be a large world to explore. It all looks like a whole heap of fun, and who doesn't like taking down corporations? Escape from Ever After comes to all the consoles and PC January 23rd. Heading into the top 5, we have The Perfect Pencil, a story-driven action platformer that tells the tale of personal development and the psychology of fear. These are slightly heavy topics, but judging from the trailer, developers Studio Seema are looking to take the game in a fairly surreal direction. As protagonist John, you awaken in a hand-drawn kingdom and embark on an emotional odyssey, exploring the depths of an unfamiliar environment. Along the way, you will make choices that will compel you to carve your own personal route through the light and darkness. Beware though, as things might not be as they seem. John's unique abilities allow him to uncover hidden information about NPCs, objects, and elements of the environment. The game is filled with additional lore and secrets hidden off the beaten path. Seek them out and they might change your perspective. It's a very interesting premise, and alongside the hand-drawn art, it creates a compelling package. The Perfect Pencil arrives on PC and Nintendo Switch, January 29th. Next up is the open-world action-adventure game DuneCrawl. Featuring both solo player and co-op with up to 3 friends, you take to the sand seas atop a gigantic crab crawler. There, you will battle against the jar-headed vassals, survive hordes of wild bugs, explore oasis islands, and delve devious dungeons, all to help your fellow Polo pilgrims win their war against the Ceramists' invasion. As you play, you can upgrade your arsenal by collecting masks, tunics, and talismans. These will unlock weapons and upgrades for your Dune Crawler, allowing you to adventure deeper into the sandy sea. As well as fighting on 2 feet, you can ride a crustacean armed with cannons and harpoons, which looks a lot of fun, and the game in general sounds like it would be a good old romp, especially if you can corral some friends into joining you. DuneCrawl scuttles onto PC, January 5th. StarRupture is a first-person open-world base-building game with combat and exploration. This title is a factory-building game where you create production chains in order to build components to fulfill orders which are sent off to corporations, and in return you get new upgrades which allow you to build more intricate components and buildings. You have to create supply chains, set up production lines, and all the while fight off waves of alien creatures. If I had to explain it in simple terms, I would say that it is a first-person version of Factorio. Playable in both solo and co-op, it provides that classic factory automation gameplay with the added bonus of first-person combat. I do love a good factory automation game, and having played a bit of the demo, I found the factory building to be pretty good, introducing its own wrinkles so that it didn't feel just like every other game on the market. I didn't get a chance to try the combat, and judging from the footage, this is one area that the game could be lacking. But it's early days, and with the game releasing into early access, there is time to tighten this up. StarRupture hits Steam Early Access, January 6th. Coming in at number 3 is a sequel to a game that I've always meant to play, but never have. A title that those who have played talk about in reverent tones. Pathologic 3 is a psychological horror game where you play a doctor with 12 days to save a town from a mysterious plague. Along the way, you must make ruthless decisions and diagnose with precision. Your actions will shape the town's future and also rewrite its past. As Danily Denkovsky, your research has brought you to the town looking for a man said to be immortal. But the outbreak of a deadly contagion sweeps the town and the immortal man is dead. You must return to the beginning and fix your mistake and save the town. Using your medical training, you can examine the sick and make diagnoses. Each patient is a unique story and a medical mystery. They may lie and admit the truth, so they won't make it easy for you. Via control of the town, you can impose rules such as a curfew to try and save lives. You will make mistakes, but you can go back and fix it, as time is your tool, allowing you to navigate the narrative web. But be careful, your actions affect your mental state, which in turn affects how you interpret events. Try not to lose your mind as you struggle to navigate the 12 days and save the town. Pathologic 3 arrives on PC, January 9th. At number 2 on this month's list, we have Confidential Killings, a detective game, which, as the title would suggest, is a detective game where you have to solve a series of shocking murders in Hollywood. Actors, writers and producers are all being murdered. No one is safe, but you have no idea who is behind this. By examining the crime scene, you will find clues in order to piece together what happened and find the culprit. It won't be easy though, as nothing is what it seems in the world of stars, with plenty of double dealing and betrayal taking place. I do like a good detective game, and as long as the key murder mystery is engaging, this title looks like it could be one of those. Confidential Killings, a detective game, sleuths its way onto PC January 12th. Finally for January at number 1, and my pick of the month, is Craftlings. To a degree, this is a bit of a nostalgia pick for me, as this title is heavily inspired by Lemmings, a game from my youth that I very much enjoyed. Alongside that, it mixes in one of my modern gaming loves of automation. In Craftlings, you look after a cluster of the titular Craftlings, shepherding them to gather resources and construct buildings. The goal? To tackle the level's unique challenge. To do this, you need to assign tasks, grow your settlement, optimize production chains, and upgrade your town hall to unlock new upgrades. So far so standard, you might be saying, but there is a big wrinkle. Like Lemmings, you have no direct control over your Craftlings. They will continue to travel from left to right on the screen unless you do something to interrupt them. Give them an axe and they will chop down a tree. Give them a hammer and they will construct a building. Through this guidance, you'll be able to harvest the resources and create the buildings you need to beat the level. It's a really cool mix of the two types of games, harkening back to titles from our past, while also looking to the present for inspiration as well. Craftlings makes its way onto PC January 15th. That's your lot for January. I hope there were some games on this list that you hadn't heard about before and are now looking forward to playing. Let me know down in the comments which game was your favourite and anything you think I might have missed. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I know it's cliche, but it really helps my video reach more people, so I appreciate anyone who takes the time out to do so. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, maybe check out one of my other ones on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.